What is up, guys? We're back in the garage with the step side. We've got a whole bunch of parts in from Rock Auto. Whole damn cab's full. But I've had three videos lined up. One of them was about the bike over there. One of them was about, getting that red truck right up there that you can see. It's a 95 F350 dually, and there's one peeking out back there too. It's a 73 C10. But GoPro decided to take a crap on me for the C10, and the guy wasn't really friendly about me filming, so I wasn't able to get that done. And, well, with the Anchorage trip about the 95, we'll actually do a story on that later, the red one up there. It was a whole ordeal. Didn't plan on getting that dually, but ended up getting it anyway. But yeah, we'll dive into that maybe as like a commentary on a time lapse of this or something. I don't know, but let's go ahead and dive into the step side. I'll get all the parts laid out real quick. Y'all can see them all. All right, so we have a few parts up here. We got headlights, all different bulbs, stuff, wires, hinges, hoses, lightning cubes, stuff like this. That's all going to be going under the power barn, but we're not going to be really messing with some of this stuff. We got a bunch of brake line. I didn't need this much, but it was cheap. Brake hardware kit, new clutch, like everything, pressure plate, friction, all that. Some kill mat, more interior stuff, some of that for the interior. We're not really going to be messing with the interior brakes too much. I'd like to get all this done. Hopefully the hinges for the hood, that way, we can have a hood, and that way I don't have to, it's whatever. But got radiator, tubing, got the upper and lower tubes there, headlights, I believe that's a fan clutch, spark plug hole, hoses, or whatever they're called, cap and rotor, probably another rotor in there, so I don't know. But yeah, let's get this hood off and start throwing stuff under it. Got the hood off, and what better place to start than a little tune-up kit, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to set you guys up there, that way I can have both hands. Alright, so here's what's up with the Anchorage trip. I flew down with some tools from Fairbanks to pick up a 1985 F250. It's four-wheel drive. It had a 460 with a manual 4-speed in it. And my plan was to drive it back. It was sitting for about 15 years, and the guy was not the friendliest. He did not want me to record, and also the neighborhood was kind of sketchy. I feel like my camera would have been robbed from me at any moment. But anyway, after relocating the fuel tank from under the car to the back seat, or the truck rather, and jerry-rigging a fuel pump system and jerry-rigging an ignition system, I was able to get the truck to run, and I was able to get it to run and drive. Not great, but it needed a new carburetor. It was missing not the power valve, it was missing the accelerator pump, and also the back two jets, or not jets, but the back two emulsion tubes on this 4-barrel carburetor I was working on this 85. They were completely gone, like rusted out, completely gone, destroyed. So it was not getting fuel to the rear two parts of the emulsion tubes, but the front two were getting fuel. So essentially, it was getting as much fuel as a 2-barrel, but getting as much air as a 4-barrel. I tried restricting it, but I wasn't able to. And I was like, this isn't going to work. I have to be back by Monday for work, and it was Saturday night. So what I did is I started scouring Facebook Marketplace. I found a 1995 F350 dually with a 460 auto trans. Wasn't great, but it was in Wasilla, so I had to take an Uber to Wasilla. I ended up being homeless for about 4 hours until the guy was able to meet up. Bought the truck, drove it back, happily ever after. Yeah, kind of. couple weeks from recording this, which is about 4 weeks after the incident happened, or not 4 weeks, about 5-6 weeks after the trip happened, I went ahead and called the police because the guy wasn't refunding my money or doing anything like that. He's an absolute asshat. And I asked him if the truck was stolen because, well, it was very sketchy. And yes, the 85 F-250 that I was originally going to get turned up to be stolen. So I'm very thankful I did not end up getting it because I did not want stolen parts. Even though I was planning on ripping the engine and trans out and putting it in my buddy's truck, or just doing a cab swap. But regardless, I'm glad I didn't end up going with it, and that's the whole story of the F-350. And if I can fit the C10 story in here in another time-lapse, which I probably will, I will talk about that. Because the guy was alright with recording, but my GoPro hated me. So, let's get back to the step side, shall we? Alright guys, camera died. We're letting the radiator flush out now. I got that hinge on, working on that one. Might have to bring out the Sawzall, because I think a bolt got rounded in. Because how Ford does their heavy-duty bolt things, and they just basically put, well, essentially a Healy coil in there. So, we're going to get the rest of this out, and while we're letting the radiator flush out for a solid 5 years. Ow.